Hello everybody, welcome back to Commonwealth Picker. Turner's with me here today because we forgot to mention something in the other videos the other day. This will be the third and final of the commenting videos to do the giveaway. So if you would, comment in this video to have a chance to be one of the 3 winners. Comment on yesterday's video, which is a garage sale video from last weekend. And then comment on the first video, which is the one where my family was on the back deck. But we forgot to mention, of the 3 gifts, the first winner's going to get their choice of these 3 gifts, and then second, and then third, and so on. Of the 3 gifts, Cincinnati Picker's hat is one of the choices. $25 to spend in the Commonwealth Picker store, or to spend in the Homeschool Hustlers store, huh? Yep. Or one of the gifts is a jewelry set, a scale, a jeweler's loop, and a magnet. And you can check that out and pick one of the 3. The second person gets to pick one of the 2 that's left, and the third person, well, you just stuck with the last gift. But I forgot to mention that every single gift is going to get a Fleet plush enema. So if you're new to the program, you got to go back and watch that video. We sell a bunch of these things, and we sent a few off. I think we sent some to Nevermore Antiques, if I remember, and we have a link below if you want to check that out. So we're going to go out there, and we're going to check out the haul from last week's yard sales. Come and join us. Want to say goodbye?
Bye.
All right, everybody, we're going to take a look at the haul from last weekend's yard sales down there with Deals and Dives down in Roanoke, Virginia. It was a pretty good day. It wasn't a home run day out of this world, but we found a lot of unique items. And I've been doing this so long, you know, when I find items I've never sold before, it kind of gets me a little excited. I'd almost rather make a little less money and be interested in the item. So let's take a look at what we got. A couple of old phones here. These, you know, the old rotary dials, which I love. And this is that great green, you know, 1970s color. And it is probably going to go in the booth. It will definitely sell on eBay as well. Paid $5 a piece for these, a little bit more than I wanted to, but we actually bundled them together. Actually, we didn't bundle these, and we bundled everything else and then got these for $5 a piece. These will definitely go in the booth too. Probably ask $25 a piece in the booth and sell them pretty quick at that price. This one's a little less desirable because of the color, and it's not a desk phone, but this one should go for pretty good money. Now, this thing looks pretty dirty, and it is pretty dirty right now. It's the old Dietz style, but the thing that intrigued me, well, besides the price, was $1. And I ended up, this was at the yard sale where the guy was giving stuff away practically, so I paid him his $1 and he ended up giving me money back for whatever reason. This thing was dirt cheap, so we probably got it for around 50 cents. Needs clean, but it works. It works. So you plug this thing in, they made it into a light, and it works. So I might even clean that up and keep it. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with it yet. But working, put it in the booth, plug it in, it's probably 15 to 20 bucks. These are interesting. I have no idea why I bought them, really, but I just thought they were neat. Something they would definitely sell in the booth. They're personalized. Bloomingdale, Bantam, Boys League, little bowling pins. So I just thought they were neat for $1. Bought all of them, so 20 cents a piece. All right, so this item here we bought separate from the rest of this jewelry, and we paid 50 cents for it, and it is a Ralph Lauren silver bracelet. So that is a really good buy for 50 cents. All the rest of this was inside of this jewelry box. We ended up paying next to nothing for it. This jewelry box I have not completely gone through. I might, if I find some good stuff, make a video of it. There's some interesting jewelry in here, you know, most of it's costume, but there's a few pieces that might end up being gold, and I need to go through and check. I did check about half of this top level already. Have not checked the bottom level at all. It didn't look nearly as interesting to me. And I did find in this top level, pulled out a few things. I did find one silver bracelet, 925 sterling silver, which is the value of everything in here, but I'm going to sell the box as well. These are also all in that box, and these are all wheat pennies. I haven't even really checked them out. I have a friend at school who's probably going to check them out for me. This is the free Bible that you see in one of the videos, and it's in really good condition. A little hint on Bibles, when you see those tabs, and if it's in really good condition, it's probably worth picking up. It was free. It'll probably sell for $15. make about $9 profit on it after selling or after fees and shipping. This is, I think they call this Delft, maybe? I don't know, Thrifting 101. If you're out there, maybe you can help me. This is the old Dutch style. I don't believe it's Dutch, though, if I remember looking at it when I was there. I think it said Korea or Japan. Korea. And it says hand-painted Delft blue. So it's the old Dutch style for sure. It's got the windmill. At any rate, it was 50 cents for this creamer. Sold some of these at the booth. These will sell on eBay, too, for around $15, maybe a little less. I just got a thing with ashtrays. Haverty's is a local regional name here. I'll put it in the booth, ask a buck or two. It was basically free. This is, oh, help me here, Disney folks. Stitch? Lilo and Stitch, I think. And I got this one because it had the tags on it. It also has a hood in the back. It's an Easter Bunny Stitch, and it has the tags. It's in really good, clean condition. So because it's a specialty plush and still has the tags, this is probably, my guess, I have to look this one up, this particular one up, it's probably a $25 to $30 plush. I got it for $25. Obviously the Fender Stratocaster, and you look up that model number, and these go for about $40, believe it or not. Some really interesting buys. I love this buy, and I need to do a little bit more research on this. That one says Duncan on it. That's a wooden top. That says 1939, and these look to be earlier than 1939, I think, some of them. So in the 1920s to 1930s. And you know what helped me kind of date those, and I got to look them up. I think they're probably not worth a ton, but they're maybe worth $10 to $15 each. I haven't looked up that 1939 one. Who knows? That might have some value. That's the World's Fair, I believe, if I recall. New York World's Fair, 1939. So we'll look those up. But look what I found in the bottom of that box. And these are the old Piedmont stickers. And I've had these before. They don't have a ton of value. I think the fish might be worth a little bit more than the others. I think the country ones, this is Russia. And unfortunately, these are both damaged. These Piedmont, these should be early 1900s. There it is, 1915. Now, if you had like baseball ones from Piedmont, those are worth a ton of money, hundreds of dollars. This one, I've never seen anything like it before. This is a Piedmont card, not a stamp. The other ones are stamps. So help me out there, people, if you know what these are worth. I'm going to need to do a little bit of research, but here's the fish stamp series. This guy looks like Teddy Roosevelt. This is probably early 1915 as well. So they were in the bottom of this box, so it ought to help you date these, that some of these may be earlier than that. So who knows. This was 50 cents, a bunch of blocks, and some Thomas and Friends stuff. We've been selling blocks pretty well in the booth. This is like a homemade set of blocks, and this was 50 cents as well. So we should be able to, get $4 or $5 out of those in the booth. A couple of nice hats for 50 cents a piece. I've never sold one like this. I like it. Live Lucky, Black Clover. Maybe you know more about that than me. This Adidas hat is brand new, still has the tags. I might even keep that. Video games were dirt cheap, so I paid a grand total, I think, of $11 for all of these games. And if you're a gamer out there, or a reseller of games, when you saw the videos of me yard selling, they aren't worth a ton. And you could probably pick out the good ones. So just going through there, Geist I've sold before. That's probably a $15 to $20 game. Naruto I've never sold before. It's probably in the $10 to $15 range. The Haunted Mansion, anything Haunted Mansion is good. Almost anything. So it's like Jack Skeleton. Pick it up and figure it out later. It's probably a $15 game. Help me out if I'm wrong on that. It does have a little bit of damage, maybe a little less. Carmen Sandiego's probably worth nothing. Lord of the Rings probably worth nothing. Medal of Honor, Star Wars 2 probably nothing. Legends of Zelda's probably a $15 game. Mario Kart around 15. Super Mario Galaxy probably around the same. Just Dance, I have no idea. We Play is probably not worth much. You might be able to get $8 out of it, $9 out of it, something like that, or keep it and sell it with a Wii. All of these Nintendo 64 games are probably worthless. If I remember, they're mostly sports games. But this one I put on top. I've never seen this one or sold it. I don't think it's extremely rare. I just have never had it. And I looked this one up, and it should be about a $10 to $12 game. So this one right here will pay for the rest of these. And then I'll end up taking these to Game Genie and getting $1 or $2 a piece. Probably get about $6, $7 for these. So you might be like, well, what are you doing, spending your time? Well, I know I have to go to Game Genie anyway, so you might as well get them. I'm going to give half of these to Game Genie, and I'm going to sell off the good ones, and I'll end up making about 80, 90 bucks on these games right here. Don't pass up this stuff. This stuff is just great. This is, I've sold this before. It's probably $30 plus shipping. And it says $2 on it, but we bundled it, so we probably paid about $1.50. Sold a bunch of these Sony Handycams in the past. Some are good, some aren't. I haven't looked this one up, but it's at least, even if it's as is, it's at least $20. I've got a Chromecast, still brand new in the box. I bought this for myself. I'm sure it has some value, but I'm going to use it on one of the TVs that doesn't have it. Watch a little YouTube. Sony Walkmans are always worth the money. This one's in good shape, still has the manual. I paid next to nothing for it, so that's good. Literally paid next to nothing. I'm probably in these for less than a dime a piece for all these tools. I've sold a couple of these at the booths already. This whole thing here was $1, maybe. Wooden handle stuff sells well. Keep an eye out for different brands with the old wooden hammers. Some of them sell really, really well. I can't think of the brands right off a hand, but maybe you can leave it in the comments and let me know. Some of you old pros out there. Some of these old pipe wrenches will sell as well, but definitely this stuff will sell in the booth. Even if I'm putting a couple bucks a piece on them, maybe $1 on these and 3 or 4 on these, 5 on these. I want to make $15 to $20 on this stuff. Easy. Maybe even more. This will probably go for $3 or $4 at least. And then you're already in the profit on everything, so everything else is profit. Got another fanny pack, which looks in really good shape. That'll probably be a $10, $11, $12 item. But it's in good shape. Some of these other items up here paid $2 for all of these books. These Maxwell ones, if you get them in sets in good condition, you can get like $50 for the set on eBay. But we put these in the booth for $3 a piece, and they sell like crazy. So 3, 6, 9, 12, $15 plus these. Probably $1 a piece in the booth on these. Looking at 27 or 8. It's probably $30. So probably $2 into 30 minus 10%. You're making pretty good money on that. In the booths, these are Coach. I have looked them up. They are legit. They have all the right stamps in all the right places. They're stitched correctly, so I'm very happy about these. Turn this into probably a $30 profit, maybe 40 after what we paid. I just picked this up on a whim. Haven't even looked it up. This Polar Express, it lights up. I gotta probably put a new battery in it, but this Polar Express lantern snow globe. I think Reagan might like it, but it's probably worth around 10 is my guess. 50 cents for a Carolina League baseball. They sell for about $10.88 for me all the time. I make about $6 a piece if I can get them that cheap. Happy with that. This little Oscar got in that hoarding sale, which you probably won't see. I probably won't put it in any of these videos. I'll probably put it in later on a winter video or something. These things in really good shape. These things will go for like $15 to $20 plus shipping. Paid $1 for it. The old spray varnish now. I didn't think this one in particular would be worth anything, but I wanted to buy it anyways because it was next to nothing or nothing. So the Krylon spray varnish. It's about half full, and the cans will sell for collector's items. Now, if they're full and they're specific colors, they can go for hundreds of dollars. This one is probably no more than a $10 can, but I might keep it because I like the way it looks, and I like to tell that story from time to time. This is a Bop It, but it's a special Bop It, a Bop It Smash, and these go for around maybe about $17. And I think if you get the batteries out of them, you can keep them under 16 ounces, but I'm not sure. It'll probably go in the Homeschool Hustlers store. So if you want to Bop It, you know where to look. Tupperware. $1 for these. I'll probably ask $2 a piece in the booth. I could make $2.50 profit each one. Sell them for about $7 a piece. $2.67 shipping or whatever it is, minus fees. I could make about $2.50 a piece on these profit, and so you're looking at $12.50 profit if I sold them on eBay. But I'm not. I'm going to make a $1 a piece profit. I'm going to put them in the booth, and it'll be a lot easier. This was dirt cheap. I'm going to end up putting that in the booth, and it'll sell. I've already sold 2 in the booth, identical to it. I think my wife put $5 a piece on it. $5 for all the Nerf stuff. I don't love Nerf stuff. It's just a pain in the butt. Sometimes it's hard to ship. But this, because it had all the clips, everything's in nice, clean condition. I don't have to clean anything. It's really good condition. It has all the bullets inside of the cartridges. It's just in great shape. I couldn't pass it up for $5. We'll definitely get some money out of these. Both of these bats are okay. One of them's better than the other. I'd say there's probably $25 profit in those bats. This I couldn't resist. I ended up getting it for $3. It is a gorilla suit. It's in really good, clean condition, and it'll sell for about $40. Or I'm gonna let Turner wear it. See if he likes that. He might not. He's a little scaredy cat sometimes. He might not want to wear this funky looking gorilla. The records, I paid a little bit more than I wanted to, but sometimes records sell. They're a little long tail, but they will sell. Some of them are good. There's Roy Acuff, Charlie Rich. Some of them are okay. Some of them are not good at all. Titles, Don Williams, you know, so some of them aren't great. Roger Miller's great. Roger Miller's one of my favorites. I paid $15 for all of them, but I kind of got a better deal on the rest of the stuff as well. There's Alabama, so even if you put them at $1 a piece, they'd sell in the booth. There's Elvis, and this isn't even all of them, so there's more over here, and so I think there's around 40 of them. So even at $1 a piece, you're gonna make money, but you know, some are gonna get a little bit more. That Roger Miller get a little bit more than that. These were 50 cents a piece, and these will sell like crazy in the booth. Little crate racks, and people put wine bottles and different things in them. My wife might even want to keep them, but these will definitely sell. I'm thinking probably put about $8 a piece on them, and they'll probably sell maybe $7. We'll see. The early buys at some of the early yard sales, I actually have 4 or 5 of these brand new that I have listed. So this one's used. I think the brand new ones I have listed for like 40, something like that. These are going to, it's used. I'm gonna have my son pump them up out there and get them going and make sure they're all gonna be working. And I am probably gonna ask 25, I think, plus shipping. And then the box is in bad shape. There's a Frosty the Snowman as well, and those will sell. This Virginia Cavalier hat, I'm probably gonna ask $20 for it. It's got a little bit of crushing in it, but inside the foam is in really good shape. Made in the USA trucker hat for the Cavaliers. This should sell well at basketball time for them crazy Cavalier fans that want to go inside and watch their great basketball team because their football team's so bad. I shouldn't say that. Sorry, y'all. I know your football team's a lot better this year. This little stand was free. If you remember that video, he just said, here, take it. And so we took it. And this metal stand, it's kind of got a neat little look to it. We'll probably put records or something in it in the booth, and we'll throw $4 or $5 on it as well. I have sold, oh geez, I bet I've sold hundreds of bowling ball bags. And this is a Brunswick, and I bought it for $1. And I'm pretty happy about this bite. It's in good shape, except for right here, this thing twists. But it's got one on the other side as well. It's clean on the inside. Here's a little hint for you. My little hint is that you need to list these and put a few extra things. Put the word carry-on bag, or put the word diaper bag or purse in there. And some people like to use them for different purposes other than just bowling. I bet you I've sold probably 15 to 20 Brunswick bags. The Don Carter ones, I've sold just tons, dozens and dozens. So at any rate, that is it for this time. It wasn't an amazing trip. I'm thinking maybe it depends, right? It could be amazing if this turns out okay, which would be really awesome. I would love that. It might even turn out a lot better if these turn out to be something special. I don't think they are, unfortunately. This one is interesting though. So if you're out there and you know maybe Paper and Moose can help me out. So at any rate, this might go to Jacob. He's got a Mustang, so we'll see. Thanks for joining us, and don't forget to comment below on this video, and have a good day.